Ohana is one of the most beloved restaurants at Disney World. It is arguably the most popular spot to grab a meal at the resort, and it's always hard to find a reservation, or at least it used to be. Lucky for me, this morning I was able to snag one, but is that a sign that this restaurant has gone downhill? Let's go find out. Ohana used to be a must-dine restaurant for my family and I when we came on our yearly vacations. But since the COVID era, people say this restaurant isn't as good as it used to be, and unfortunately, I agree. It's been a little over a year since I've dined here, so we're gonna do a little 2024 update and see if anything's changed. One thing that has certainly changed is the availability. Now, a couple of years ago, if you tried to make an Ohana reservation, day of, I would have said absolutely no shot. But today we're able to make one at 8:05. You know, these are always kind of popping up these days. And the walk-up list is only at a 10-minute wait, which is honestly so crazy because before COVID, you had to make your reservations for Ohana 60 days out from your vacation. Like, there was such a slim chance of you finding a reservation leading up to it if you didn't book those 60 days out. But now, I mean, I made this reservation earlier this morning. They're always available. It's kind of crazy. But I think that's just because word has gotten out that the restaurant is unfortunately not as good as it used to be. There are a couple of changes that they've enforced that just kind of take away the charm of the former Ohana restaurant, what used to be of this restaurant. I mean, back in the day, my whole family used to look forward to eating at Ohana. That was like one of the most anticipated days of the trip. We would spend the whole day kind of fasting, eating light, so that we could save a bunch of room for the feast that we were about to have. Back in the day, the menu was a bit larger than it is now. They used to offer a bunch of different sauces, a couple more meats than they currently offer, and the best part was they walked around with skewers of meat, kind of like you were at a Brazilian steakhouse. It was just such a fun overall experience, such a fun overall vibe, that I think this restaurant has kind of lost a little bit since COVID. All right, we have finally made our way inside, and I will say it took a very long time to be seated, which I kind of expected because I did request a window seat. So I was like, oh, I'll wait a little bit longer, but I didn't get a window seat and I still had to wait 25 minutes, so quite a while. But we did still get a nice little table here where we can look out and see the Seven Seas Lagoon, and if you peek over just a little bit, you can see the castle kind of tucked away back in there slightly. Now, we're not really gonna have to deal with the menu because everything at this restaurant is served family style, so they're just gonna kind of bring everything that they've got to our table and we're gonna enjoy. But I do wanna show you guys a look at the beverage menu first. And it is the same menu that they serve over just next door, literally right there at the Tambu Lounge, the same drinks and stuff. They have the classic, of course, the Lapu Lapu. Oh my gosh, these menus are so hard to always open with one hand and stay open. But they've got all the tiki drinks that you can get at the Tambu Lounge, which we'll talk about a little bit more later on, the Tambu Lounge. You can see the Lapu Lapu right there. What's it at these days? $20. A $20 beverage. It is served in a pineapple, so I'll give them that. But they've got all the tiki drinks. I can't even open this menu. Some sangria, some wines, some Kona beers, all the good stuff. Now, soft drinks are included with this meal, as they are with any other family style or buffet meal here at Disney World. So I don't think I'm gonna get an alcoholic beverage today, but I do wanna take a peek at how much the meal here at Ohana is gonna cost. I haven't actually looked at it and I'm not actually sure. I think it's around $60. So you guys are getting my reaction. $62. So it is $62 to dine here per adult and $40 to dine here per child aged 3 to 9. So this is not a cheap meal here, but we are going to be getting a lot of food, so at least there's that. And I have mentioned it a couple of times in my videos before, but a little hack to kind of get around that high price tag of Ohana, but still enjoy the Ohana food, is to head to the Tambu Lounge. Not only do they have all those amazing tiki drinks, but they also serve pretty much like all of the food that you get at Ohana at an a la carte price. So you can get the noodles, the pot stickers, the bread pudding. I believe you could get like the shrimp as well. And they have a couple of other things on the menu over at the Tambu Lounge too. Really, really good. It's one of my favorite lounges, one of my most frequented lounges. I love coming and just getting noodles and pot stickers. That's my meal there, grabbing a drink and just hanging out. It's so cozy over there. It's cozy in this restaurant as well, especially with this window table. And I'm curious to see how the food is going to be here today. It's like I said, it's been a while since I've been here, so I'm not quite sure what to expect from this restaurant. Okay, the starters are starting to come out to the table here, and I wanted to mention another issue that I've had recently with this restaurant, and it is rushed service. I felt like every time I would come here in recent years, I was brought everything to the table at one single time, and then they would try and clear it as fast as possible and not bring you like more of what you wanted so that they could get you in and out. And I'm hoping that's not what's gonna happen tonight, because it just makes me feel like very uncomfortable. I don't like being rushed. This is an expensive meal. I wanna sit and I wanna enjoy my time, and I don't think you should feel rushed. So we're gonna see how that aspect of the service is today. And we did have an early reservation. This restaurant opens at, I believe, 3:30, and my reservation was at 3:55. So this will be a good sign to see if they're still like rushing people out. But here are these starters. They used to just bring the bread like as they walked you to the table. I guess they don't do that anymore. Or maybe that's at breakfast. I can't remember. But we've got our bread here and our salad. Let's start with a slice of the signature Ohana bread. This is served with a honey butter, aka a tiny drizzle of honey on top of a slab of butter. I've got to be strategic with my butter usage here because I have to get a piece of butter with some of that honey on it. I always do like the bread here, but I feel like it should maybe be served warm. Let's see how it is today. I'll tell you, you definitely need that butter because this bread is super, super dry. But once you get the butter on there, it's quite tasty. I do wish it was served warm. I feel like that would definitely make it a bit better here. It's a sweet bread. It tastes like pineapple coconut. It tastes like a pina colada in bread form. I enjoy it. I know for breakfast they serve this like kind of with icing and stuff on top, and it's pretty good. But serve this warm and they'd be on to something here, but it's still enjoyable. But now for the mixed greens salad. This is served with a citrus vinaigrette, and we're gonna pour this vinaigrette right on top there. That looks good. I love the variety of vegetables in this salad. We've got some orange and yellow bell peppers, cucumbers, tomatoes, red onion. There's kale, there's arugula. There's a lot of really good veggies in here. I do enjoy the salad, and the dressing is just a little bit sweet. So this is a pretty solid salad, but you can never fill up on the bread in the salad. As good as it is, you have to cut yourself off because you have so much other food coming. And I will say, as I'm eating this salad here, the food has been on my table for probably close to 10 minutes at this point, and I'm not being rushed. Nothing else has been brought out to the table. So I definitely appreciate that. It seems like we're off to a good start here. I don't know. I am quite impressed because I sat here after finishing my bread and my salad for a good solid 5 minutes before my appetizer course was brought to me. And I know that like seems like a very small win, but I'm so happy because like literally, like I said, the bread, the salad, the pot stickers, and the meat would all come out at the exact same time. And I just cannot do the rushing. So I'm very, very happy that they're giving me some time. It's nice and enjoyable. Here is the appetizer skillet. We have the chicken wings, the dumplings, as well as the classic, the Ohana noodles. These noodles are so iconic, probably between the noodles and the dessert, which is bread pudding. They're like the two most popular things on the menu. So popular, in fact, that they randomly decided to take it away when this restaurant reopened from COVID. And instead they had, I believe it was like some type of like rice bake or something, and it was not good. And everyone revolted, and they had to bring back the noodles. And thank God, honestly, because the noodles are very, very good. So I guess we should start out with them. And actually, I was going to use my chopsticks, but I'm here solo. So I feel like this is like the perfect time to just eat right out of the skillet here, you know, just because I can. I don't know what it is about Ohana noodles, but I feel like they are so addictive. They're sweet, but they're savory. The noodles like have a little bit of a chew to them. Now, just because I haven't been to Ohana in over a year doesn't mean I haven't had these noodles in over a year. Like I said, you can get them over at the Tambu Lounge, and I do frequently. And I saw that they also have a noodle dish over at Captain Cook's, which is the quick service restaurant here at the Polynesian. Love Captain Cook's, great quick service restaurant. However, the noodles aren't the same. They kind of sound similar. They're just not the same. I don't enjoy them as much down there as I do up here, but if you've never tried the Ohana noodles, it's like a Disney rite of passage. You must come try them, whether it's here at Ohana or at the Tambu Lounge. And we're getting serenaded while we eat our noodles here. This ukulele player has been here, the same guy, since I was a tiny child. I have his face, I feel like, ingrained in my head. Like I said, we came here every single year, and it was such a standout memory for me. I remember this guy, and I feel like I talked about it in my last video when I came here last year, that the woman that used to like sing and stuff, she was so iconic as well. I remember her. She hasn't been around for ages, but they still have this guy. I think they still do like the coconut broom races. I think they do. They used to do it when I was a kid. I don't know. I'm curious to see if that's kind of stuck around, but it is a nice touch that they have the ukulele player here still walking around the restaurant singing. I do enjoy that. But now on to my favorite part about coming to Ohana, and that is the endless pot stickers. These are tossed in a garlic chili sauce, and they are oh so good. I could eat a whole entire skillet of just these pot stickers, and I will. I will definitely be ordering more of them. I don't know what it is about these pot stickers. They are crispy on the outside, they are soft on the inside, and they are tossed in that garlic chili sauce. It doesn't add a lot of flavor, but it adds enough flavor. And they are just... I can't stop. I'm already on my third pot sticker. As much hate as this restaurant has been getting recently, I don't care. These pot stickers are probably up there in my favorite foods at Disney World. I come to the Tambu Lounge, like I said, all the time. I get noodles, I get pot stickers, and I'll usually like share the noodles with someone else, but never the pot stickers. I always need my own bowl of them. And one of the best parts of coming to Ohana is that I can have more than a bowl. I can just keep going and just eating these. This is where I get my money's worth here. I don't ever eat too much of the other food, but I eat so many pot stickers. Perfect timing, my server actually just brought me out a hot towel, so I think that means it's time to dig into the wings so we can use the towel after to clean our hands. Honey coriander wing. These wings are actually on fire today. They're really good. Sometimes you get them, and I feel like the outside isn't like crisp enough, and it's like really, like you get the chew of the skin, and it's not as good. But these are coated in the perfect amount of sauce. The outside is actually crispy today, cooked really perfectly. The sauce is sticky, it's sweet, really great flavor on the sauce, really good cook on the wings. These wings are on today, and I am team drum on a wing. I feel like it's just easier to eat, you know? The meat just came out, and this does not look appetizing at all. Just like a tiny skillet with one piece of steak, a tiny skillet with one piece of chicken thigh, and then a tiny skillet with 3 shrimp. I understand I'm just one person, but like, couldn't we like put them together or something to make it look like this? Especially these shrimp, they don't look good. No garnish, nothing. It looks so sad. And this is where I start to get scared, because I've been having such a great experience tonight. The service, the food has been great. The great view. It's honestly such a beautiful evening. But this meat could take this all the way down. Let's start by trying the chicken here. This is the grilled chicken with a guava pineapple glaze. It looks to be a boneless chicken thigh here. We'll cut into it. Ugh. To be honest, I was never like the biggest Ohana chicken person. I would always eat a ton of beef and the shrimp and stuff. I mean, it's okay. Like, it's not awful, but I wouldn't waste the room in my stomach for this chicken, if that makes sense. It feels like something that I can like just make at home. Just get some boneless, skinless chicken thighs, marinate it in like some teriyaki sauce, and it would probably taste the same, if not similar. Not a real smoky flavor or anything on that. It's unfortunately very, very basic, and I am even more nervous to try the steak here. This is the wood-fired grilled teriyaki beef. It doesn't look to be the best of piece, and it is extremely overcooked. I feel like at Ohana, you either get like really overcooked beef or really undercooked beef, and there's like no in between. They don't serve medium steak here. It's either well done or rare. Flavor's good, but I'm probably gonna ask for a different piece because it's just too well done for me. I enjoy medium rare, so I can handle the rare. I'd prefer rare to well done. There's no pink whatsoever in that. But I will admit, the beef actually tastes a lot better than it looks. Like the piece in this tiny skillet looked really, really sad and looked like it was going to be really fatty, but it's not. It's actually a good, tender piece of beef. The sauce is good. It's sweet. It's salty. It tastes like the soy from the teriyaki in there. I do enjoy it. I just need a better cooked piece. And now for the shrimp. Like I said, you could get these shrimp at the Tambu Lounge too. So if you enjoy the shrimp, which I always tend to enjoy the shrimp here, get them right next door. I always kind of wish they peeled these shrimp for you so you didn't have to get your hands all dirty and do it yourselves. Good thing I still have my towel so I could wipe my hands after. But I do wish these were like actually peeled for you. The flavor is okay. I could use a little bit more seasoning on it. It's probably hard to like penetrate the outer shell there, but it's okay. It's the meats I feel like are the least impressive part of the meal these days. Like where I used to love the beef and the shrimp when they'd walk around with the skewers, it really truly does change the experience in here. I just feel like the meat that you're getting isn't as fresh, and it's just not the same when you're given the meat in this skillet. I need the sticks back. I feel like it's long enough past COVID that we can get the sticks back. Right, guys? I used to leave this place with the meat sweats, and I'm sure a lot of you guys did as well, but not today. Today I'm here for the pot stickers, and I asked for an extra round. And look at it, they put a little umbrella in my extra bowl of pot stickers. So don't forget that you can always ask for more of whatever you want. Here it comes. Thank you. That looks so good.
Bread pudding, a la mode, and a caramel sauce.
Thank you. This is, of course, the Ohana bread pudding. It's served a la mode with a homemade caramel sauce, and it is oh so tasty. I'd say actually up until the cookies and cream beignets existed and until I discovered the almond crust and cheesecake at Narcoossee's, this was my favorite dessert at Disney World, and I'm sure it's a lot of your guys' favorite dessert as well. It's a classic. Another thing that you can, of course, get at the Tambu Lounge. You don't have to come here to get it anymore. You can get it over there, but it is for sure a top 3 dessert at Walt Disney World. And this is quite a large piece for one person, so I've got a lot of work to do here. It's been a while since I've had it, honestly. I usually don't get it at Tambu. I usually just go noodles and pot stickers, so it's a real treat when I get to have it. It's really, really good. It's so good. It's super sweet. I feel like they might use the leftover bread that they give you to start the meal to actually make this, which would make sense because it has a great pineapple coconut flavor. You've got the pineapple on the top, and then you just pour that caramel over top with the vanilla bean ice cream. It really is such a good combo. It did used to be better pre-COVID with the Bananas Foster caramel, the Bananas Foster sauce, but it is still very, very good. I don't know why they would change this up, but they did. It's still good. Wish it used to be better. And since we're done eating, I know a lot of you guys are going to be wondering about the total cost. I did get a 10% annual pass holder discount, so that saved me $6.20, making my total $59.43 plus tip. And do I think that meal was worth about $60? In short, no. In long, also no. But I have a couple of reasons why. One of them being it just makes me think of all of the other restaurants I could go to and spend $59 on a meal and leave way more satisfied with a higher quality meal. To kind of put things into perspective here, I could have gone to Flying Fish, which is one of my favorite restaurants, and I could have gotten the char-crusted New York strip, which is one of the best steaks at Disney World, for $59. I could have gone to Narcoossee's, which is one of my other favorite restaurants at Disney World, and pretty much gotten anything on the menu for cheaper. Or I could go to Disney Springs and go to the Boathouse and get a really nice seafood dinner for cheaper. So while I do still enjoy the restaurant, when I think about it that way, it's kind of hard to justify the price tag. If they were still serving the skewered meats where they walk around with all the meat sticks, I would say I I would probably go a lot more often and it might be worth it. And I still think there are some good things about Ohana. Like I said, I enjoyed my meal today. The service was far better than the service that I'd had there in previous visits. I didn't feel rushed, which was a really, really nice change. I know a lot of my friends as well have said they sat down and their food came out right away and they felt so rushed in there. I did not experience that today. And I still think it's like a really fun place to go if you're like celebrating something or you're just looking for like a fun dinner, not like the best of quality, but you have a little more extra money to spend and you're looking for a fun experience, because coming to the Polynesian is an experience in itself. I always love coming here, whether you like grab drinks before or hang out a little bit after, just walk around the resort. It's always so nice coming to the Polynesian. Obviously you have a great view from inside the restaurant. The Polynesian vibes are on point. You've got the ukulele player and some of the food is still good. It's just an overall good time in there. But is it somewhere that I would like have to go to every time I visited Disney World these days? Definitely not. Especially when I could get my favorite parts of the meal right next door at the Tambu Lounge for like a fraction of the cost of what it costs to dine at Ohana. Another good reason to dine at Ohana would be if you're on the Disney dining plan. Now that's an expensive meal, and if you have the Disney dining plan, that's a great way to use one of your credits. I can't believe it, but that restaurant still is only a 1 credit restaurant. I would have thought over the years they would have like upped it to 2 because it is so pricey. But if you're on the dining plan, $62 for a meal is a great way to use a credit. So I'd definitely consider, if you guys are on the dining plan, consider coming to Ohana and using one of your credits. With all that being said, it is a beautiful evening here at the Polynesian. I'm sitting in one of these chairs, the swinging chairs on the beach. I've never actually sat in one of these before because they're usually all taken right up. They're the first to go, but I walked up and it was available, and it is such a nice night. I cannot express how beautiful the weather is right now. It's cool. There's a nice breeze, which is shocking for even October here in Orlando, but wow, what an amazing end to the evening. But it is time to say goodbye to you guys here. Hopefully this video kind of helps you plan out your Disney trip, whether you're gonna come here to Ohana to dine or not. Like I said, there are a couple of reasons that you might wanna come here, but it's just not a go-to for me or many other people these days. However, Disney, if you're listening, bring those skewers back. I'm telling you, I'll be the first customer in line when you bring those skewers back. I'm waiting on the day. They have to come back at some point, right? Wishful thinking. But shout out to all of my Patreon subscribers. Thank you for supporting the channel, and thank you to all of you for watching this video. If you don't already and you like honest Disney food reviews, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.